if you think about cultivating and growing vegetables, whatever it may be, there's somebody that's kind of responsible for the care and, taking the weeds out, making sure that the dirt is moist and, the ground is fertilized. So as the cultivator, what I'm going to be doing is making sure that our agents are cared for as they grow. We're putting together an agent development program that's going to really help them get the most out of their business in the way that they want their business to look like. Obviously, at Bamboo, we have a culture and we have a business model, but ultimately we want our agents to succeed according to their definition, not necessarily Bamboo's definition of success for those individual agents, but by their definition. It's going to be me investing in the agents in the brokerage and working with them on whatever it may be. I mean, we may teach somebody how to do Craigslist ads if that's what they really want. As the company evolves, I'm sure we're going to start taking more listings, and so that's something that a lot of our agents aren't really familiar with because it just hasn't been part of the business model. But as Bamboo evolves with the millennial and their lifestyle and their life cycle evolves, we'll be taking more listings. And so I'll be working with the agents to help them understand how that part of the industry works and that part of the market works. So it won't necessarily be, it'll be school every day. I mean, we really want the agents to have a learning mentality and always be learning, and they do. And I think just to reinforce that inside of Bamboo is kind of what the idea of the cultivator is. It was kind of a group project. So we had a couple different ideas, cultivator growth or greenskeeper or master gardener, some of those different types of things. But we really wanted to focus around the idea of growth. Houston is, we're a very, very diverse city. I think it's now been said that Houston is the most diverse city in the country as far as the type of people. The industries that Houston has as far as oil and gas, biotech, even, technology, period, pharmaceuticals, you name it. A lot of millennials and a lot of the younger generations are flocking to Houston because of those jobs and those opportunities in those specific industries. So the model and the culture inside of Bamboo really fit the direction of the market and the direction that the younger generation is going. Like I said, I think we're going to evolve as a brokerage as the life cycle of millennials evolve. They all start out leasing. Eventually they're going to buy a home. I mean, millennials are going to be the largest demographic, the largest generation of homeowners ever, because it's the largest generation ever. So I think the idea of the culture and the business model of Bamboo is way forward thinking, because we're going to be growing in life with this millennial generation. Not really just we're here, so when you're ready for us, come find us as a real estate company. But no, we want to grow as a company and grow our culture along with the millennial generation. So it's perfect and it makes sense. I'm not intimidated because in my previous positions inside of the industry, that was always something that I really kind of preached, is why is this generation kind of being ignored to a certain extent? And so it's really a perfect fit. I mean, if I could have sat down and bullet pointed the perfect job for me without knowing the name of the company, Bamboo fit that. When finally Sarah and Zach and I got together and put it down and said, what is this going to look like? It's a perfect fit. Sarah's a brain and Zach's brain and my brain all together. I think we've got an opportunity to really grow something super cool. There's been some pretty big names in the industry that mentored Sarah when she started Bamboo and told her that this is never going to work. I think the success of the company, and now 6 years in, to see Bamboo where it is in 5 cities and growing, and again to be able to have the resources because of the success to bring in somebody like Zach and to have me come in to help Sarah get out of day-to-day operations so she can work on expansion, so we can be in more markets and serve those millennials, speaks to the success of the business model. So those that kind of poo-poo the idea of being millennial focused and being very tech savvy, very high touch when it comes to the technology side and focusing on leasings, and again, not poo-pooing rentals, it really shows in the success. I always say the proof is in the pudding, and the way we parent our kids, the proof will be in the pudding later, is at the type of by the type of person they end up being. And so I think if you look at Bamboo, as young as it is still as a company, the proof is in the pudding because the success that the company's already had.